We just go start streaming live. Boom. No movies. Where's that story? Go to the box office here. Media Boat. We're online, I think. Hopefully. I mean, that's the plan, right? We go online.
Yeah, I think everything happens on the internet. I want to say
we're doing it live.
That's what this is.
That's what I like.
We go on the internet for this show. I think that's where our website lives too. I think it lives on the internet. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure
it lives on the internet.
It lives on the internet.
Sometimes I wish I could live on the internet.
You do. We all do. Let's be real. We have internet in our pockets now.
I mean, basically.
Yeah, the internet is in our pocket.
I just want to go through the TV and live on the internet. Basically say, this is where I reside now.
I've decided to move on from my corporeal existence and live as digital. In the digital world. You become a Digimon, essentially.
A digital age.
Yes, in a digital age. Digital... something.
A digital carrier. A digital provider. A digital man. A digi-man, if you will.
21st century digital man.
The Digiman.
You know what sucks?
Pokemon?
Twilight Princess.
Oh.
You know what's a bad game? Twilight Princess.
You know what never went down in price?
Twilight
Princess. I swear, I think it was $50 4 years after it came out.
Yeah. Nintendo games never drop.
I know.
Nintendo games always stay.
They always stay Nintendo games.
Forever.
Oh. Audacity open?
Yes.
Good. Alright. I think it says we're live.
Okay.
Episode 79, right?
79.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, it's, yeah, we're close to 80 next week.
Yep.
80.
And then after that, we'll hit 200 in 5 months. So, sometime in November or December?
You mean 100?
100
You
episodes.
said 200.
Oh.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Well, I said that because we're in season 2.
Yes. That wolf has a shield. Not sure how I feel about that.
I like how this has double meaning. We go live on the internet and we go live on the internet.
Both are accurate.
Both are technically correct statements.
We go live on the internet.
Send it now. We go live.
That's where we're going right now.
We're gonna go live on the internet.
Living large.
All right. So stop eating the pretzels
On
because
the information
we don't want that.
superhighway.
All right. Let's begin.
Okay. I'm getting framed here.
You get framed.
I'm always framed. Hello!
Get perfectly framed for
Hi!
a close up.
Welcome to the Media Boat Podcast. It is July the 5th, day after Independence Day. Hopefully you guys had a fun holiday.
We're the Media Boat Podcast.
We're the Media Boat Podcast.
That's what it says right there.
Are a podcast about
Medias
movies.
and boats.
Well, no, actually.
Oh, no.
But we're about movies, and we talk about television, and we talk about music, and we talk about video games. Not necessarily in that order.
But always in some kind of order.
In some kind of order. Whatever order tickles our fancy.
I always tickle my own fancy when I give her a chance.
Let's make a rule. We're not allowed to tickle our fancies in front of the camera. Can we make that a rule?
Only if we get paid.
I mean, if somebody wants to pay us to tickle our fancies, then maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's Mike.
I'm Mike.
Matt.
He's Matt.
So yeah, we're back on a Wednesday night live.
All right, it switched.
On YouTube.com.
Wait, when are we not live?
Sometimes. We're not always live.
Well, yeah. Okay.
But today we are.
Yeah, so we were live last
right
week,
now.
so that didn't make sense.
So yeah, let's get started with it. So we always start with the box office from the previous weekend.
Yep.
That's movies for those of you who didn't figure that out.
The box office.
What was your number one movie this week?
The animated movie Despicable Me 3.
Yeah, we can call it that pretty easily.
Yeah, except we didn't give it a number.
No, but if we did, we probably would have.
I put it at 70. Yeah, but I would put it at 70. And would have accurately put it right there.
And it's hit it.
Yeah,
72.
They made $72 million, made it number one for box office on an $80 million budget.
I want to note here that these numbers we're going to be talking about here are just the weekend numbers. We did not do the long weekend numbers, including the July 4th holiday.
Right.
That is also available for you on our handy website, though.
You
check
did
out
both?
our story. I always have domestic totals. So if you want to know how
you did the
the
extended.
new premiere movies did as well, grand total up until today, you can also see that on our story.
And by that, he means international numbers.
No, I need both.
Oh, both. Yes,
I have
both.
domestic and international.
Yes.
So yeah,
You are well-traveled.
I am very
Man.
well traveled. But yeah, so you can check out those numbers on the website. But in the meantime, we'll be talking about the weekend. But yes, Despicable Me 3, third in the franchise, was your number one movie with
Yes.
$72 million.
Your mom saw this movie.
Yeah, she thought it was meh. So I don't know what that tells you.
Okay. Well,
Less minions, according to
All
her.
right. Well, number 2 was Baby Driver.
Yes, a shocking number two.
Yes.
Moving ahead of the returning players this week, and even moving ahead of the thing that bombed this week.
Yeah.
The
We'll get to
House.
Yeah, number 2 with $21 million.
Yes, Baby Driver did really well.
Yeah, because it opened on a Wednesday, it now has a total of $30 million
Yeah,
on a budget of $34 million.
So
this thing's gonna make money.
easily. I mean, good for Edgar Wright.
Yep.
I mean, this is a big up from Scott Pilgrim.
Not only that, this is also a big up for mid-range level movies.
Yes.
Shows that you don't need to be a big budget to get to make money.
Hopefully, studios are taking note
Yes.
that this is a movie that did really well. That's not a sequel and not part of a franchise.
Yep. And as Edgar Wright has said, will be a standalone movie.
So yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully it's a wake up call.
Yep. My dad saw Baby Driver.
Yeah, what do you think?
Meh. It was like, it was okay.
Wow.
I liked it. It was okay.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. He wasn't wowed by it like we were. But again, he thought it was a decent movie.
Disappointed.
Yeah, so am I. Speaking of disappointments,
Okay.
Transformers The Last Night, number 3.
Still struggling.
$17 million. Just barely crawls its way over the $100 million mark.
Can't quite get there.
On a 217 budget, this thing's gonna look for international for help. Clearly.
It's actually doing really well overseas.
Yeah. I mean, those kind of movies do really well overseas.
I want to say it's sitting on 250 right now.
That sounds about right.
So probably expect around 300 worldwide, probably.
Yeah.
Or do you think it's maybe going to peter out towards like 270?
I think that thing needs to hit 500.
I mean, yeah, it needs. I don't care what it needs to. I'm just saying what it's gonna do.
Oh, it's gonna do under 5.
It's gonna underperform. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it's gonna do. It's,
It's
gonna be
gonna perform.
around 300.
Yeah. So this may actually be the last one.
Yeah.
Until they
the
decide
last
to
night. you could
reboot
say.
it. Until they decide to reboot it.
Without Bay.
Without our Bay.
Yes, their Bay.
Yep.
Hashtag Bay.
Hashtag Bay. Number 4, on the opposite spectrum of that,
Uh-huh.
Wonder Woman, number 4, still
Yes.
performing wonderfully at $346 million domestically.
Sitting about 711
Yep.
worldwide.
It crossed 700
Yeah.
last week.
So yeah, sitting just over 700.
So yeah, it's gonna hit 750. It's gonna peter out just under 900, probably.
Probably.
Which is really great for that movie.
Yeah, that's amazing for them.
Yeah, I mean, 150 budget, just to go under 900 million. Yeah, real great. And your 5th movie was Cars 3 with 9.6 million. 120 total domestically off a 150 budget, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his 3rd week.
Yes.
So not terrible, but also not.
So this
Pixar
isn't
numbers?
This isn't the Pixar hit that I
No,
wanted it to be.
it's not what they needed. That's for sure.
I haven't checked international numbers for this though.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of sad to see it struggling. When,
Yeah.
you know, Pixar needs another hit. What was the last one? Inside Out?
Inside Out.
I mean,
That was the original
yeah,
problem.
Good
I mean,
Dinosaur kind of faltered too.
Right, and then they didn't have one till now.
Yeah.
The next one's gonna be Coco. which is the the Mexican
Yeah.
Day of the Dead music
That
theme.
could do all right. I mean, Inside Out did really well being an original property. This
Yeah.
could also do really
Coco
well.
definitely has a good international appeal.
Yeah, it's just I really think the Cars thing is just another case of sequel fatigue.
I think so too.
I think it is, and I mean, not only
Which let's be honest, this isn't more sequel fatigue than
Yeah.
it is a merchandising
Yeah.
grab.
not to bang this drum too much, but also on the sequel fatigue thing. There's a bunch of articles I read about Despicable Me 3 also being seen as, even a 72 million debut, seeing as like super disappointing.
Oh yeah.
Because of just, if you compare it to the second and the first one, it's just nowhere close.
No.
And especially if you compare it to Minions, which is nowhere even near the stratosphere of how well that thing did.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's interesting to, so I mentioned in our story on the site, it's like, yep, the sequel fatigue again.
Yep.
Although International is already saving it, because that thing's already making buco bucks overseas.
I mean banana bucks.
Also that.
Yes.
Yellow Minion banana bug.
Yep.
Bug.
And as you mentioned, The House, the other
Yes.
opening movie this weekend.
Tanked.
Tanked at number 6, $8.7 million.
No one's going to that house. Not even Pitbull is going, or not.
Flowrider.
Flowrider. Phil, that joke.
You
Not even
failed on that joke.
Flowrider is going to that house. He stays in his own.
Yeah, because he welcomes everyone to his own house.
Welcomes everybody to his house. But
They-
yeah,
they
so
don't have to go out.
I'm kind of surprised. Also,
Are you
also
that surprised?
getting panned by critics as well. That thing's
Are you that surprised?
getting dragged in the
It's
mud.
a Will Ferrell-esque
I know, but
comedy.
I thought it had promise. I wanted to believe that that thing was going to be all right, but apparently it is neither all right nor does anybody care. So,
No.
well, oh well.
But at least we should have the saving grace this weekend,
Yes, this weekend is going to be crazy.
as I am already sporting
Yes.
the upcoming number 1 movie right here.
Can't tell what that is.
That is actually the logo.
One, you don't have a Loot Crate account, and number two,
It's for a Midtown Science, Midtown School of Engineering and Technology.
it's a Spider-Man thing,
It's a
guys.
Spider-Man shirt. I mean,
I wouldn't know. Okay, now he's... Okay, yeah, that's
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. If you couldn't
Spider-Man.
tell... For the audio version, by the way, there's a giant spider on his back. Not
oh
like
shit!
an actual...
Get it!
Not
get
an
it,
actual
get it.
spider, I mean like the picture of... Like an art...
Spider-Man artwork.
Yes, spider artwork that it represents Spider-Man. Okay, so yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming is this weekend.
Yep.
Get your dresses ready.
So yeah.
Get your corsage. Did
Yeah,
you get your
get
limo
your-
tickets? You better have the limo. Get ready to take the formal pictures. You have to line up on the side of the gym.
Make sure you get to the lake early. get
Everybody's
those
gonna want to take
pictures.
pictures at that lake. Everybody is gonna take pictures. You have to get to the good spot, the lake, to get the.
See,
great
I
picture.
lived right across from the
Right at
lake,
sunset.
so everyone went to my house for photos.
And I don't know. Did we make sure you talk to Wendy about the after party plans? Make sure everybody's getting the limo to Drew's house, because your guys are gonna miss the limo if you don't.
And
plan
remember
it.
that this is Drew from the football team, not Drew from the
Yeah.
lacrosse team.
It's two different Drews.
Two different Drews. You want to be concerned
You
about
want to
that.
mess with lacrosse Drew.
Yeah.
You don't. Okay, anyways, so Spider-Man Homecoming is coming out this weekend.
We already have so early predictions put it at 100 million.
Yeah, 100.
So
Hundreds.
So I'm gonna take the over on this.
Okay, that's absolutely fine with me.
You think this is
I
gonna go
will,
over?
okay, I don't know. It might just eke under.
Might just take under.
This is a weird summer.
This is a weird summer.
It's a freaking weird
However,
summer. If
this-
anything does it, though, it's going to be Spider-Man.
Right,
So-
because this does have the not only the MCU but the heavily advertised Robert Downey Jr. in it.
And it also is frickin' Marvel and Marvel Prince Gold. So yeah, I think that if anything's going to break this summer open finally, this is going to be it. Because, yeah, Transformers didn't.
Nope.
We thought Transformers was going to be the thing. That was going to open the floodgates, and it didn't.
Nope.
So, yeah.
I mean, hell, even Wonder Woman didn't even.
It's doing well.
It did well.
It's
It's got legs.
not doing Marvel numbers.
No.
But
Well,
yeah.
it is kind of. I mean, it's starting to.
But nothing does Marvel like Marvel.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see.
So we're putting at 100 million for Spider-Man next week. Number 1.
Number 1 easily.
Go see it.
What else is next week?
That's it. That's literally the only
Everything
movie
got out of
opening.
the way, Spider-Man?
Literally everyone got out of the way for Spider-Man.
That's smart.
Yep. All right, so let's move on
Okay.
to our first story of the day. Ha! That is a Lego Gandalf.
That is a Lego Gandalf.
Yes.
What's up with that?
The reason I do a Lego Gandalf is because Warner Brothers has been in 5 years litigation with the Tolkien estate
Uh-huh.
over the fight of digital exploitation of The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings franchises.
Uh-huh.
Because in the original contract, it was that they're only supposed to make tangible goods.
Yeah.
But when someone got basically a spam email of, quote, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings, online slot game, which is a clearly online,
Yeah.
intangible product.
Uh-huh.
You cannot physically hold the internet,
No.
even though I am
You can
physically
try.
holding the internet.
You can try, but it will just slip through your fingers.
Yep, all the bits and data.
Yep.
Yep. So the lawsuit is over $80 million in which Warner Brothers breached its contract by overstepping their authority by the studio, only able to create, quote, tangible merchandise based on the books
Uh-huh.
and not other digital exploitations.
I have a question about this.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you have the answer or not.
I may have the answer.
So does what then does it mean when you have a digital copy of a Lord of the Rings movie, or you have a digital copy of a Lord of the Rings video game? Like, what does that mean?
Well, because those were
Were
pre-tangible.
tangible?
They were tangible.
What if it is a video game
talk about
that
something
never
that-
got a physical release, though? For example, what if they did, and I don't know if this exists yet, I don't think it does, what if they did a Lord of the Rings game that's only available on digital stores?
You mean Lord of the Rings Online?
Sure.
Which I think that actually
No,
did
I
have
think
that-
there was a
there was
box
a
copy,
box
of, that.
copy
So
of that.
I'm just saying, theoretically,
Yeah.
would that also not be a tangible good?
Technically, yes.
So I guess that hasn't happened yet?
That has not happened yet
I feel
officially.
like it would have, though, but I don't know, maybe it hasn't.
Right. Well,
I don't know.
yeah, anyways, the Tolkien estate is claiming that this will cause irreparable harm to the
Yeah.
Tolkien legacy
Wow.
and reputation from prospects of everything from online gaming to household developments.
Wait, what? Household development?
I'm sorry, housing developments.
Wait, what?
I don't know what that means, but
I don't.
assume-
Are they making hobbit holes that you can live in? Is
Uh,
there real estate investment?
actually, yes, yes. If you go to New Zealand,
Uh huh.
they actually have like the whole Hobbit
Sure.
thing you can walk through.
But how is this ruining their franchise? I don't. Or what does this have to do with Warner
I
Brothers?
don't know.
I'm so confused.
Well, it's saying that if people will see this as basically a cash grab and not
it
take the estate
is.
seriously, that it will somehow tarnish the legacy of what was meant to be.
I think that if you, well, one, this is a very much a product of its time,
Yes.
because this deal was probably made nearly 20 years ago, in a time where digital goods weren't necessarily something they probably foresaw.
Right.
Second thing
Which,
is,
if you think 20 years ago, is when they probably first started production on The Hobbit.
yeah, exactly.
Or, sorry, The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the first Lord of the Rings, I'm
Yeah.
sure, went back that far.
Yeah, because that'd be
Um,
97. And the first one came out in 2001.
So yeah, I
So,
mean,
yeah.
this deal has
Yeah.
to be at least 20 years old. So that's number one. Number two, though, is kind of a fool me once, fool me twice kind of scenario here, where it's like, yeah, but you signed the deal with a media company. You know, a media company's gonna do what they're gonna do with your franchise regardless. I really don't think it's realistic for them to expect there not to be any like digital goods
Right,
in the
but
year
when they-
of our Lord 2017.
Right, but when they signed this deal
I
with
know.
Warner Brothers, they
What
signed
I'm
it
saying
with Warner Brothers
is-
proper, not realizing that not only did that branch to Warner Brothers Film, but also Warner Brothers Digital Entertainment,
Yes.
including Lego Hobbit
Yeah, no, I know.
and all the other subsequent games
I know.
and other stuff.
I know, but that's what I'm saying though, is that if they don't think that they're going to do stuff like that, then they're not very smart. Because
Well,
it's
they probably didn't
2017.
think. I mean,
Digital media is everywhere.
think about games back then, okay, compared to games now.
Okay, just because you write a contract in 1997 and don't imagine these things are going to happen,
Mhm.
doesn't mean in 2017 you act all bewildered when they do it. I don't care who you are, but that's still dumb to me. It's like, no, it is 2017. People make digital content now. You deal with it.
Right, but their deal was not for digital
I
content.
know what their deal was. I'm just saying they need to realize it's the modern day.
Right,
That
but
whatever they wrote on paper doesn't matter anymore. Because that's not how people engage in content anymore. It's
Right.
not realistic to feel.
so what you're saying
to
is that they
expect
need
Warner
to write a new contract.
Yes, they do. There needs to be new paper, as they say. in business.
Well, let's put it this way: that they solved all this. Okay.
Okay.
Warner Brothers is actually paying out the $80 million,
Oh, okay.
and that this has all been resolved.
Okay.
All right. They're no longer in litigation. They're no longer in lawyers. It's all been resolved.
Okay, good.
All right. So while the terms haven't been publicly disclosed, the forthcoming release of games like Middle Earth: Shadow of War are likely indications of a mutually agreeable working relationship.
Okay, so the assumption is that they didn't cut ties because there's still new Lord of the Rings stuff coming out.
Right.
Unless, of course, it mysteriously drops off the face of the earth like next year, and then we are left to wonder.
Right. I mean, as of now, we will still get Shadow of War.
Yeah.
There will still be more Lord of the Games.
Lord of the Games.
Rings coming out, and Lord of the Rings games coming out.
Oh, okay.
And Lord of the Thrones and Game of the Thrones
and Lego Gandalf and the Lego.
Legos Gandalf and all the Legos.
Yeah.
And the Lego list and the Legless
The
Lego list.
Legless Lego Legolas.
Yes, Legolas can forever be legless.
Yes. And Lego.
In Lego form.
Cool.
Yeah, move on.
Well done, that.
Yeah, you're the one who's asking a lot of questions.
I need to know.
Alright, so moving on, IMAX.
Yes.
And more specifically, Dunkirk. The
Dunkirk.
Christopher Nolan movie coming
Yes.
out at the end of the month.
Yep.
Will appear in 125 70mm theaters, or IMAX theaters.
Yep.
This will be the most in 25 years.
Nice.
Nolan's previous film, Interstellar, was only in 50 IMAX screens.
Huh.
And more recently, Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight went out to roughly 100 IMAX screens in 2016.
Okay.
Tickets for IMAX go on sale today.
Did you get it? Did
No.
you get your ticket?
No.
No. Okay.
I never buy pre-order day. I always buy day of.
I know you do.
But yeah, you can pre-order if you want to. If you want to pre-order for 2D, that sale went on Friday. Moving on.
There you go.
SAG-AFTRA. This one almost went by me. This story right here.
Yeah.
But SAG-AFTRA, the actors, and production companies have reached a tentative deal on a new 3-year master contract for union performers.
Okay.
Following a month of bargaining at the Alliance of Motion Pictures and TV Producers headquarters,
Right.
the new deal provides for $256 million in increased pay over the next 3 years, with a minimum increasing of 2.5% for the first year, 3% the next year, and then a 3% the third year. The deal also includes, quote, significant improvements in the residual rates for streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon. Actors will now receive residuals after 90 days instead of a 1 year, and delivers a 300% increase in residuals within their first 2 years when their work is exhibited worldwide on Netflix.
Huh, nice.
So, like, if the show does well here, they decide to branch it out to, say, Netflix Europe, Netflix Canada, they get residuals off that as well.
Yeah.
Which is really good. Actors also gained a 5-fold increase in travel allowances for TV series performers who work at locations away from home. So it's just travel expenses.
That's good.
Yeah.
These are important things.
Yeah. These aren't things you would normally think about when you hire someone, but
But still.
they take into account.
Yeah,
This is why you have line
about it.
producers.
Yep.
Yep. And last, good for them. Good for everyone.
Yep.
That's not nothing else. I don't want.
That's not what you want.
That's what I want.
It's what you really, really want.
Wait, what is this then? Oh, that's what that is. Okay. Yeah. So let's move on to the bits.
The bits.
The bits.
What do we got in the bits?
Jumanji, Welcome to the
Oh
Jungle
my
trailer.
god. Can we not talk about this?
You mean the fact other than they played Welcome to the Jungle?
But
In
also, this looks terrible.
Well, let's be honest. This is an actual reimagining rather than a remake.
It's so bad.
Well, it's more of like a Tron-esque.
It's
Because
yeah.
they get such into a video game.
Jumanji is a video game now,
Yes.
apparently. And also, apparently, whoever wrote this is a 13-year-old boy. Because the concept is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Is it?
Is it, though?
Is it?
I think it might be.
I don't know. I think
Well,
it
go on.
appeals to, well,
It appeals to somebody,
yeah.
maybe in high school. I don't know.
Maybe that's what they're going for, Matt.
Maybe.
High schoolers. Says, yeah,
Anyways.
this is set in high school.
I'm just saying that I don't know what they're doing with this thing.
Well, if you're not into that, maybe you're more into Terminator 2, as that will be coming to not only UK theaters, but also US theaters on August 25th. Because as we previously mentioned on our podcast, UK is already slated for those dates.
It's
Not
true.
the US.
Yep.
It's getting in on the game. Death Note gets a new trailer for Netflix. And Michael Keaton confirms he will have some sort of role in the upcoming live-action Dumbo feature directed by Tim Burton.
Sure. Why not? I hope he's the mouse, the helpful mouse.
Tim Burton Mouse? I'm sorry, not Tim
Tim
Burton.
Burton.
Michael Keaton Mouse?
Yes, I hope that he's the mouse because I could see him doing that part really well.
And not like a ringleader?
No, I hope he's
Not,
the mouse.
not the showman?
All right, I'm going right now saying Michael Keaton is the mouse. Put money, my imaginary money down on this.
Can he be a Birdman and be the crow?
No. Although I hope that they really think about how they're going to do the crows in a modern setting. now.
Yeah.
They really need to rethink that one. But yes, no, Michael Keaton is the mouse. I'm
Yes.
saying that here. And this is recorded to tape. Well,
Also-
no, to digital tape.
Which is intangible.
Yes, it's intangible. Don't tell Tolkien it's tape.
Also, I wonder how they're going to do the ending because that ending is so abrupt.
It is abrupt. I don't know. We'll find out.
Good luck, Tim Burton.
Good luck.
All right, let's
Moving
move on to
Hey, it's TV.
it's TV.
What do we got first in the world
It's
of
the
television?
TV. Here comes the Stone Age family.
No, it's sports.
No,
It's
it's
a bunch
just
of
sports
balls.
talk.
Tell me about these balls. What's
Well-
up with these balls?
Our first story
Okay.
has nothing to do with balls
Well, then why is this
Or
graphic
pucks.
on the screen?
because it's still technically a sport.
Okay, what's sports?
Competitive eating.
I heard about competitive eating happened.
Yes,
This happened.
this always happens.
Boy.
That boy.
So what? Tell me about competitive eating.
Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest,
Yeah.
which is held every year in Coney Island for the 4th of July. Because nothing more American than guys stuffing their faces with
It's
hot
true.
dogs.
It's very true.
It's very gross when you actually like break
Oh,
it
yeah.
down, and when
It's
they do
gross.
slow mo on it, it's just
And
like
you have to like
"Arr."
put water in it to make it moist.
Yeah, they water the hot dogs.
Yeah.
That just alone makes
Dip it into water.
Ugh.
It's gross, but hey, it's a thing.
Hey, it works. Anyways,
Definitely works.
Joey Chestnut is once again
Joey
your
Chestnut.
Your chestnut. Joey Chestnut is once again your champion.
Yep.
As he was able
Joey
to down,
champion once again your chest.
as he was able to down 72 hot dogs
That's a lot of hot dogs.
in 8 minutes.
That's a lot of hot dogs in 8 minutes.
That's roughly 9 hot dogs per minute.
That is insane.
Also makes it his 10th title.
That's a lot of titles for eating hot dogs. Here's my question: does he like hot dogs?
I think he just likes eating
Sure.
competitively.
Okay. He could care less for hot dogs.
I think so.
He could take them or leave them.
I think so, considering that he also holds world records in 26 other food contests.
26
Yeah.
other food contests.
Yep.
How many food contests are there total? Probably 26.
No. I mean, if there's a food,
Yeah.
you could eat it. You can eat it competitively.
Media Boat Podcast. If there's a food, you can eat it. That's our
But-
new slogan.
But does it look great? Does it taste great?
Does it
Does it
remind you of a hot
a-
dog?
Does it remind me of something edible?
Does it remind you of food? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, one of the other contestants
Yeah.
holds the record for eating 1.7 gallons of chili
Damn.
in 9 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
In 9 minutes?
Yeah.
Does he just chug it?
I think so.
That's disgusting.
Well, no, it's just like shotgunning a beer. You just open your throat and just let
Let's not talk about this. I want to do the eating competition for macaroni and cheese.
You will lose, sir.
Yeah, probably. But
Hi, I'm your competitor, and you shall lose.
We'll see. I don't know.
Alright. Also, debuting this past week was Ice Cubes presents The Big Three.
Big Three?
Yep.
We just watched the Big Three game, the end of a Big Three game.
It's basically a 3-on-3 game. First one to 50 wins.
That was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. So, explain what the Big Three is.
The Big Three is a take on the Big Three from Miami, starring LeBron James, Chris Raptor.
That's not his name.
No.
Sure.
No. and
I want to believe that there's a person named Chris Raptor, but there's
D Wade.
And Dwayne Wade.
Yes, Dwayne the Wade
Johnson.
Sure.
No. No. Okay. What else?
Yeah, basically it's a 3-on-3 matchup of recently retired NBA players, or basically guys who are no longer on an NBA team.
Yeah.
Well, they're just playing 3-on-3 basketball. That's basically it.
Yep.
Half court, first one to 25 gives you halftime. First one to 50, win by 2. 14-second shot clock. There is a 4-point circle.
Yeah.
It's not a line.
A pad?
Yeah.
It's just pads.
It's just a 4-point dot on the court that if you make it,
there's
you
a
get
giant
4 points.
4 on it. If you stand on it and shoot the ball, you have 4 points.
Yeah, because it's beyond the 3-point line.
Because 4 points.
Yeah. Because why not? I mean, we're bringing this thing up as we go anyways.
It's pretty much a video game. Like, that's what I felt like the whole time. I was like, this is a video game. This is video game basketball, but real.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a weird little thing that they're doing.
Yep. But what's not weird?
What isn't weird?
The ESPYs.
I mean, sometimes they can get weird.
Well, yeah. Well, they might get weird.
also get really sad, that we learned last year.
Oh, yeah.
You get real sad. Real emotional.
Well, anyways, the ESPYs are coming up next week. Actually, 1 week from today. On next Wednesday.
Yes,
the ESPYs.
because, and you explained this to me off the podcast, but
yes.
this, I feel is a real fascinating nugget of information. Why is it next Wednesday?
It's next Wednesday because that is the only day when there's no sports games.
There's no sports.
Of the major...
And sports is done.
Of the major sportings...
Televised sports, at least.
Sportings in the United... Yes, sporting matches. Sporting matches in the United States.
When all the sport is done.
Yes. Of all the major sporting matches, there's only 2 days in which no sports are played.
Yeah.
And that is the day before and the day after the MLB All-Star Game.
Yeah.
Because the day before is the Home Run Derby, which technically is an exhibition and doesn't count.
Right, it doesn't count as a league game.
Right.
Yeah.
And even though the All-Star Game doesn't count as a game either, they count it as a game because it's between 2 teams. They play 9 innings, and it's basically a baseball game.
Yep, sounds about right.
But they always have the day after free, so everyone who participates in the MLB All-Star Game can travel back to their hometown and have a day of rest.
Yep.
So, because of this, ESPN always has the ESPYs, their award show, the day after the All-Star Game. Because no sports are being played, and everyone who's associated with sports can come and do part of the award show.
It's smart.
I mean, it's really great. It's great. It's actually being hosted this year by none other than Peyton
Manning.
Yes. Omaha.
Omaha.
Brought to you by Omaha Steaks.
Maybe.
And Papa John's. So look forward to Peyton Manning hosting the ESPYs. And lastly, in our final bit of sports news, the Florida Gators have beaten the LSU Tigers to win the NCAA College World Series.
Cool.
Besting them 2 games out of 3.
College baseball.
Yep, college baseball. The Gators beat the Tigers.
Cool.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yep. So let's talk about more sports.
Why not?
More specifically, Fox Sports.
All right, tell me about Fox Sports.
Why are you laughing?
Because I may have heard about this.
You mean about Jamie Horowitz?
Yeah, I did.
He's been ousted from Fox Sports.
Yeah, for good reason.
where he was president of National Networks. He's been outed due to sexual harassment claims.
Yeah, which is a recurring theme over at the Fox series of networks.
What do you mean? You mean Fox News?
Perhaps.
Fox proper?
I mean, yes.
Okay.
All Foxes.
Including the Hounds.
Yep.
In a memo to employees...
Fox has the Hounds, apparently. That's what's going on.
Yep. In a memo to employees, Fox Sports president and COO Eric Shanks wrote, quote, "No matter what role we play, or what business, function, or show we contribute to, should act with respect and adhere to professional conduct at all times.
He can dream, can't he?
These valuables are non-negotiable."
Uh-huh. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a good look.
No.
If you're, a member of a Fox network, I bet this is probably not something you want to wake up to again and again and again too.
Yep.
It's not a good look, guys. Get your stuff together, be human beings, and respect people.
Yep. Shanks will take over Horowitz's responsibilities for the time being. Meanwhile, Jamie has already hired an attorney who issued a statement, quote, "At no point in his tenure was there any mention to his supervisors or by his supervisors or human resources of any misconduct or inability to adhere to professional conduct.
Uh-huh.
Jamie was hired by Fox to do a job that until today he has performed in an exemplary fashion. Any slanderous accusations, on the contrary, will be vigorously defended."
Sure. Okay. Good luck.
I mean, as of right now, we're going off of he said, she said, but or she said, she said, she said, she said, she said. He
yeah, it's like, no. This is not something people make up, typically.
Typically.
So no. We'll see how this pans out,
Yep.
but it's probably not going to be good for him. Moving on.
Moving on to going down to South Park.
Okay,
Well,
why?
Well, okay, first, before we do that, we gotta
Okay.
make a stop.
Okay. Before we get there.
Yep, over at Adult Swim. As Rick and Morty Season 3 finally announced.
So yeah, they announced something like on Twitter
Yeah.
or something that July 30th.
July 30th
Gonna be the
will
premiere?
be the official premiere for Season 3.
Okay.
New channel. Those will be the first new episodes of the new season
Yeah.
since they debuted
The April Fool's
the April
stream
Fool's
thing. Yeah.
yes, stream.
Okay, cool. So more Rick and Morty on
Yep,
the way.
End of the month. They said it would be coming sometime in the summer. Literally end of summer.
Exciting times.
Technically counts as summer. But yep. Looking forward to new Rick and Morty. But anyways, South Park.
Yes.
Season 21 is coming up.
What's up with South Park?
They will actually be going away from the serialized approach of the past
Yeah,
three seasons.
we had reported that at the end of last season.
We reported that that's what they were planning
Yeah.
on doing.
So you did.
This is the confirmation
Okay.
that that's what they're doing.
Figured.
They'll be going back to episodic installments. Quote, "It's going back to its roots about a group of kids and how they relate to the world around them. The new
Okay.
season will likely debut in September, as most of their seasons
That's the
debut."
most boilerplate explanation of South Park I've ever heard.
Yeah. I mean, the other explanation was we could do something on Trump every episode.
Yeah, but
but
no.
Deuce is already covering that.
Well, didn't they? There was also that quote where Matt and Trey were like, "The actual news is so crazy now. There's no way we can keep up."
I don't know if that was them, but it was someone.
Yeah, because it's like it must be
Well,
crazy.
it was Veep. Well, I think that was Veep.
Oh, well, I feel like this is a common quote though.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of comedy writers, especially, have had this, are sharing this, where it's like nothing they can come up with will probably outdo the real stories
Yep.
out of what's going on right now. So yeah, I don't blame them for not focusing on the politics stuff.
Yep. All right. Moving on. All right, and moving on, because Peacock,
What about NBC?
NBC will be shutting the doors
Kathunk. Of what?
of G4.
Didn't they already do that?
Yeah, they're doing it again.
Oh, what's happening to Esquire Network?
I literally just told you.
They're just shutting it down? They're
Yeah.
not replacing it with anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, back in 2014...
Yeah.
Back in 2014, NBC acquired G4.
Well, because it was part of the Comcast deal.
Yeah, because it's part of the Comcast deal.
Comcast had owned it previously.
Right. And they shut down... they shut it down and relaunched it as the Esquire network.
Yes.
3 years later, here we are today, and they are already shutting it down once more. They were shutting the doors to Esquire's linear cable channel and will relaunch it as a digital-only platform.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yet the decision was spurred by recent negotiations with Charter Communication over a carriage contract renewal,
Okay.
as Esquire was already dropped last month from AT&T's DirecTV and Uber services.
Oh.
That's already a loss of 25%
Yeah.
of subscribers.
So this thing basically doesn't need to exist anymore.
Well, it went from 60 million to 45 million.
Yeah.
And if Charter was to drop it too, that'd be an additional 15 million subscribers lost,
Yeah.
putting it down to 30 million,
Yeah.
and thus making it no longer a viable option for Comcast to continue to operate.
Yep.
NBC has said that it will not consider a sale of the channel, nor a rebranding.
Nope, they're just ditching it.
Yep. NBC is already in talks of launching another channel over the female skewing Oxygen
Okay.
and replacing it as a crime genre brand centered around producer Dick Wolf's drama franchises.
Okay.
So, not only are we glitching through this thing,
Wow,
But-
they're just completely just okay.
but NBC is also going to basically take away not only the man channel in Esquire, but the woman channel, female
And
channel in
Oxygen.
Oxygen. And, yeah.
Huh. Who knew?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously it sucks. People are gonna lose their jobs here.
Well, also,
But,
Esquire wasn't really creating
no.
any new content.
It was basically just, yeah, but somebody had to be programmed. Like somebody had to work in programming. Some people had to work in HR.
Yeah, I mean, the
And
only
there's stuff
new-
that people did for the Esquire network.
Yeah, I mean, the only new show that I can think of that they did was called Food Fight,
Yeah.
where they picked two random chefs.
But other
to
than
against each
that,
other.
yeah,
I don't
I'm
remember
sure to a
anything.
certain extent it was just for their syndication libraries. But yeah, regardless, it always sucks to see potential job loss. So that's obviously a thing. But really, yeah, I mean, I don't blame them because who was watching Esquire? I mean, the only reason we ever had Esquire on here is that they sometimes did blocks of Parks and Rec reruns.
Yeah, we'd watch that.
And we watched those. But other than that, I don't think I ever actually went to Esquire for anything else.
No.
And yes, I still miss G4.
Yes. G4 come back.
Shout outs to the crew of X-Play.
Yep.
Anyways.
Which actually I saw in a tangent article to
Yeah.
this, that Kevin Pereira
Yeah.
was actually in talks to, or maybe actually producing a gaming show, much like Attack the Show,
Well,
on Disney XD.
to be fair, Attack of the Show was never a gaming show.
Well,
This
it's
happened to be on the gaming network.
Well, it's a tech show.
It was all everything. They tried to kind of cover everything,
Right.
kind of like we do,
Yeah.
but
Well,
with way worse stuff.
wait,
I didn't really care for Attack of the Show. I thought it was really bad.
Well, anyways, he's looking to produce that type of show for Disney XD.
What's Olivia Munn doing?
Banging Aaron Rodgers?
Anyways, moving on.
Alright, moving on to,
BBC 4.
well, not just BBC 4, but more,
All the BBCs.
yeah. As BBC and the British people have finally got something right.
Well, the British people did.
Yeah.
Wow, finally.
Yeah,
Man, after Brexit, I just didn't think they had it in them.
I know. I mean, first they lost the US, then they lost the EU,
Then what?
then they lost World War One.
How are they going to make it up to us? Tell me what the good news about British people is.
Is that they're looking to invest in the children.
The children.
The children, I say.
Hey, I hear the children are our future. I heard that.
They are.
I heard that
And
somewhere.
they're looking to invest in their future
Ah,
by making a $44 million investment
okay.
into children's services in order to draw kids away from Netflix and YouTube over the next 3 years.
Oh, well, good luck on that.
Yeah. Director General Tony Hall,
Director General.
yep, said this was the biggest children's services in a generation.
Okay.
The ambition is to reinvent the BBC for a new generation as their biggest priority, and will be spent on online content that will include videos, live online program extensions, blogs, podcasts, quizzes, guides, games, and apps.
Okay, so they're bringing back Teletubbies. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get it done with Poe.
Flat screens.
Some Tipsy.
Some flat
Yeah, get
screens.
some
Plasma.
OLED Teletubby
You
screen.
know you could probably call Teletubby OLED and no one would blink.
Yeah, no one would know. It sounds like a Teletubby name.
I'm
Some
OLED.
Lala.
I'm Plasma.
Tinky
I'm-
Winky.
I'm CCTV.
Yeah. Closed circuit.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Just always plugged in.
it's so bad. Anyways, but yeah, bring back Teletubbies. There you go. Solves all your problems. You have a vlog, like Poe, just like vlogs while everywhere he goes. He's just constantly on like Periscope.
Yeah.
It's like, and then he turns the thing around and it's the baby in the sun, and then the baby in the sun's like, "Let me Snapchat this," and like, yeah, that's how you get the kids back.
You Instagram that.
Gonna gram it.
You put it on the line.
Yeah, on the line. Yes. So just hey, BBC, just call us up. We got ideas. Clearly, we will make this happen for you.
We know what children
We
like.
know what kids. We know what kids are into.
Yeah. Yeah, we know what the kids are into.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
Moving on.
No, go back.
What did we miss?
We forgot.
Oh, we never forget.
But some
It's
people
time for cancellations and renewals.
Yep.
This is when we talk about television shows that have been canceled or renewed.
And
I felt
renewed.
for a second there, I was like, why am I explaining this? This seems pretty self-explanatory.
And
But I
yet-
did anyways, so what do we got?
Yeah, you did. First up, F is for family. Who
That
brings
would
us
be
together.
the animated...
U is for you and
shut
me.
up. It's the animated...
And it's for Netflix, who hosts this
yes,
damn show.
Netflix All in the Family ripoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
It's its third season.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Sense8, which was recently canceled, will
Still
now
has its second season coming.
no, it's still canceled.
No,
But it will
they
be
haven't aired it yet.
Well, they're not going to. Well, they will, but it's going to be a 2-hour finale movie in 2018. That's what I'm getting
Oh,
at.
so that's how they're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The NBC show World of Dance will get a second season,
World of Dance.
and Netflix is going to renew Dear White People.
Oh, good. Melina and I just finished that.
How was it?
We liked it.
Did you want to talk about it in television?
I mean, I can real briefly.
Okay.
Oh, you mean now?
Yes. Seeing as we already did television,
We liked it. A little bit of context, though. I have not seen the movie.
do you need to see the movie?
No. From what I understand, it's its own thing.
Okay.
That being said, we really enjoyed it. Some real smart writing, and of course, as you may guess, covers some topical issues. It was really enjoyable. It's not for everyone, I don't think. I think that if you know what it is, then you probably are also the kind of person who would enjoy it. So there you go. So yeah, it's cool to check out if you need something that's a little tonally more serious than Glow.
Okay.
And we need to finish Glow too.
Yeah.
Actually, heck, we need to finish Kimmy Schmidt. We never actually went back to that.
Yeah, we never finished it, technically.
Yeah. So yeah, we're behind on Netflix.
Yep. Well, 'cause we haven't been wholly together in a while.
Aw. Sad. Anyways,
Speaking of sad,
what else is sad?
The Carmichael Show canceled, third season,
Eh.
or 3 seasons into NBC,
No big loss there.
except for Jobs.
Yeah, I mean, there's that.
And now in deaths, well, we have Andrew Waterman, age 77, appropriate last name, as he was a theme park owner for Noah's Ark Water Park
Oh.
and Great Wolf Resorts.
Oh, like the Great Wolf Lodge.
Yeah, you know, the water park.
Yes, on the Great Wolf Lodge. Blech. Great Wolf Lodge.
Yeah, his last name was Waterman.
Waterman. That's a fitting name.
Yep. Also, we lost Mitchell Henry,
Two
age
first names.
24,
Whoa.
to
Yeah.
leukemia. He was an American football player who played for the Broncos, Packers, and the Ravens.
Aw.
Stevie Ryan, age 33.
Yeah.
Actress and comedian of Stevie TV.
So, you know some things about YouTube. Is this somebody you are familiar with?
No.
No?
That's why I didn't mention YouTube.
Got it.
And lastly, Carolyn Cronenberg.
Okay.
Age 66, film editor and wife of David Cronenberg.
Oh, that's sad.
Of the Cronenberg clan.
Aw.
Alright. And moving on to really briefly...
Because we don't have a whole lot.
Nope.
Video games.
Video games.
What do you have? Well, you've been playing a video game, haven't you?
Yes. Crash Bandicoot.
Alright, so tell me, Mr. I grew up with these games. How do you feel about the Insane Trilogy?
Like a lot of people feel about it, they bought the shit out of it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I bet, but how do you feel about it?
Well, I'll tell you after I talk about the story.
Okay.
So, more people have bought Crash in its first week in the UK than Horizon Zero Dawn,
Okay.
making it the biggest single format launch of the year.
Wow.
Yes, that includes beating Zelda, as that is a single format launch.
But also, that was a new console, whereas the PS4 has been out for a while, so I don't think that's a fair comparison.
Right, but if you look at the numbers, if you bought a console, you bought Zelda.
Yeah, that's true. But more importantly here, this means that people care about Crash Bandicoot again.
Yeah. Seeing as Horizon sold over 750,000 copies
Yeah.
in its first week, and they're already claiming this. We won't get official numbers for 2 weeks out, but I mean they're already claiming this as a victory.
Oh, yeah. I mentioned to you off the podcast, there's no way that Activision doesn't put this towards a new Crash Bandicoot game.
Yeah.
That is happening now, like officially.
Yeah.
There's no way it doesn't.
There's no way it doesn't.
Also, I saw inklings today saying that everybody's predicting an Xbox One release of this within the end of the year.
Oh, Xbox One Crash?
Yes. There's no reason this has to be PS4 exclusive.
Right.
They had the launch exclusive, but there's no reason Activision keeps it on there. There's a strong chance of an Xbox release.
Yeah.
Maybe even a Switch release.
I can see it porting over.
Who knows?
I mean,
what could
the
happen?
button mechanics are so simple that just remapping it isn't going to take that long.
It's not a hard port.
No.
So yes, is this one you want to actually talk about? Your
Yeah, let's talk
experience
about
with Talk about some Crash. How
So-
you like it?
So, it brings me back to my childhood.
Oh.
As yet again, I am struggling with the first game.
It's tough.
The first one is extremely tough.
Yeah.
That being said, because I played the third one like constantly,
Yeah.
like to the point where I was speedrunning it on my own in 3 hours because I didn't have a memory card.
Yeah.
The controls work really nice. The graphics are really well done.
Yeah.
And being updated.
They're pretty games.
They're pretty games. They're pretty to look at. They run really well, especially on the Pro.
Yeah, the Pro version looks really good.
Yep. And yeah, if you play these games, you're just gonna fall right back to the same old habits, same old Crash. It works well. I really enjoy it.
Good.
I mean, I can tell why people are buying this like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in a way this is one of those times where it's not just nostalgia. I think they actually did put together a really solid piece of software here.
Yep.
And for a good deal. I mean, for good
You get
price.
3 games for
I mean,
$40.
And they're like
Yeah.
sizable games. I mean, of course, they're not 8 hour. They're not.
They're not
gonna
8-hour
take-
epics, but
No, but you get a lot of platforming out of the package.
yeah.
So I played a little bit of the first one,
Mhm.
and something connected with me. Like I would get it now. Like growing up with a Nintendo 64, I didn't have a PlayStation 1. I didn't play Crash. I heard about it, I read about it in video game magazines, and played it briefly at a Target probably at some point. But
Yeah.
but it wasn't like something that I knew about. So it was a game franchise I just didn't have context for. It was just like, oh yeah, that existed. I didn't really know what it was. But now having played a few levels of the first one, I get it. That's a fun game.
It is fun.
The mechanics it is kind of like a 16-bit era platformer turned on its side.
Yeah.
And that's the basics of it. It's a very classic kind of, and that's where the difficulty comes in. Is that first game very much seems like we want this to be hard, like those classic platformers were hard.
Right.
And it's like that.
It takes that 2D, but as a 3D event, so it's like a 2.5D.
Yeah,
era.
It does its own kind of thing, own spin on it. No pun intended.
Crash
As well, because he spins around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to me, and I think that it kind of gives me an appreciation I never had back in the day for it. I mean, I'd still take Super Mario 64 any day over any of them, but still.
Well, just wait for the N64 Classic to come out.
I know, right? When we're I don't know. Whenever that is going to be.
In 5 years?
Nah, I don't think they're going to do it.
I mean, hey, at this rate.
I, again, would put money. I would put money down right now. There will not be a Nintendo 64 Classic. Instead, you know what I think they're going to do?
GameCube?
Game Boy Classic.
Game Boy Classic?
A handheld, rechargeable thing the size of an iPhone that plays like a billion, like not a billion, but you know what I mean, like 50 Game Boy games.
Okay.
I bet that that's what they do, and they never do another console.
We'll see.
Oh, one of those classic ones.
Yeah, we'll see.
There will not be, because I think the N64 games don't translate well. Also, if you don't sell that thing with 4 controllers, what even are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the thing about the N64.
It came with 4 ports.
Yeah, it has 4 controls. You want to play Mario Kart 64, you play with 4 people. You play Super Smash Bros., you play with 4 people.
Yeah.
You play Mario Party, you play with no one, because Mario Party is terrible. But everything else you play with 4 controllers. There's no way they make one of those things. It would be an incredible waste of money on their part.
Well, we'll see.
But the Game Boy one would be smart.
Yeah.
I would buy that too. Anyways,
let's move
do
on.
you have anything else for video games?
I got a couple things for video games
Okay.
here.
Why, that is the video game Cuphead.
Yeah. So it's a recent interview with the developers of Cuphead.
Okay.
They said that the game will be exclusive to Xbox and PC, with a Steam and Windows 10 version at launch.
Okay.
There will most likely be a Mac version down the road, possibly a Linux version beyond that, but those will depend on how well it releases and if there is a community for it.
So they're shutting off Sony.
Basically.
There's no PS4
and
version.
Nintendo, yeah.
There's no PS4 version, no Switch version.
Yep.
That's disappointing. So I probably won't play this game.
I know, it's not like we have an Xbox to play this
Well,
on.
I mean, we do, but I don't know.
I mean, I'm probably going to get it because it looks really good.
It looks cool, but that being said, I don't know if it looks that cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's getting to the point where it's almost inconvenient when something's not available for the PS4 for me. It's like, no, put it on the thing that I play all the time. Is kind of where I'm at, but still.
Well, put it this way, it counts as an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
And they need exclusives.
They do need exclusives. Fair enough.
They also went into talk about how they had to mortgage their house twice in order to pay for the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's intense.
And so that brings us to our final gaming story.
Okay, what do we got?
Not that.
Not that.
Not that.
It's what's happening right now.
Literally right there.
So yeah,
We're
Games
watching
Done
it.
Quick, Summer Games Done Quick is still happening as we speak.
Yep.
In fact, literally as we speak, they're doing a run of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
Yep.
Looks like they're specifically doing the Wii U remaster,
Okay.
which I noticed by his giant tablet controller that he's carrying. So yeah, that's happening right now. If you want to watch that, I don't know, he's molesting some sort of giant bug right now.
Hey.
It looked like he was molesting it.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
earlier
happening.
today they did a Mega Man X2 and X3 race.
Yeah.
You know, four-person race and then a two-person race. Other notables include Halo
Yeah.
Legendary.
Halo was fun to watch.
In
Freaking
80
broke that
minutes.
game.
In 80 minutes.
They broke that game so much, but not as much as they broke the game in the Metroid Prime run, which has
Yes.
been my favorite thing. That blew my freaking mind.
Yeah.
That was so cool. So yeah, there's been really, really good runs this year.
Not only that, but one of the runs that we're watching, Ape Escape.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's world record pace, and
Just blew it off, just like that, just like
Yeah.
oh, that's world record. Didn't make a big deal about it,
The-
as if he was still disappointed.
yeah.
He was like, no, it's not good enough for me. It was so funny. I think even the announcer was just like, so I guess that was a world record?
the guy was like, 217? Yeah, that's world record pace right there.
Okay, I guess that's
That
world
just
record.
shows like what these guys do is,
Yeah, that's just their life. They don't do it for the world record. They do it because they want to.
and it's fun.
They enjoy it and they
And-
want to get better.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is that not only do they have just one person who knows how to do it, there's like 4 people there who know how to break this game and they comment on what's going on. And
real quick,
basically
just
break
in
everything
case
down
you
for you.
didn't listen to us last week, this is speed runs, like playing games as fast as humanly possible.
Yes.
And breaking them in weird ways to do that.
Yes, we literally just saw them
Yeah.
glitch through an entire level.
Which was pretty cool. So yeah, cool stuff. So yeah, there'll be... When does that wrap up?
This goes until Sunday.
Sunday. So end of this week.
Yes.
So keep on Twitch to check out new stuff every day.
And go ahead and donate. All the money goes towards
Doctors Without Borders.
So they're currently at just over $580,000.
I did my research, by the way.
Yes.
I followed up from last week. I did my research on the charity. For the most part, you're probably fine. It seems like they're generally a good group.
Yes.
There were some kind of sketchy articles I found every here and there about some questionable decisions they made overseas. But you know what? Overall, it seems like they do real good stuff. So go ahead, donate to these guys.
Right, that's actually one of the things that they do in between these runs is look at the charities that they want to donate to.
Yeah.
Because they know that not everyone has money to just donate, and and they're getting like $5 here, $20 here, $10 here, $5 here. It's not a lot for one person, but it all adds up.
Yeah.
And so it eventually becomes this sizable donation.
So they're at $581,000 right now, which is crazy.
Yes.
And counting. So yeah, expect that to get real
we
high.
say counting because they currently have other incentives going on that are like 2,000, 5,000. Bets are going against each other.
Yeah.
Different namings, and those ones are the ones that add up too.
So yeah, check it out if that sounds like something cool. If you want to watch some people play video games really, really well, definitely check it out.
And just so you know, if you want to know how fast they're generating money,
I
have written down that they're at 555,000, and that was about 2 hours ago. That was about 2 hours ago.
So yeah, 30K.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad for a run.
Apparently, game developers are secretly watching this and donating while their own games are on the screen, which is my favorite thing so far.
Yes.
That's just amazing. Anonymous donation of $1,000. I wonder if he worked on this game. Anyways, one guy even straight up said it. He donated $500 and then said, "Thanks for breaking my game."
Yep.
Essentially, which is great. It's amazing stuff. So yeah, check that out if that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's wraps for video games.
Yep, that was Summer Games Done Quick. Just look it up on twitch.tv/games done quick.
Cool. All right, moving on to music. First thing, music, of course,
the Billboard.
So yeah, your top 5 is boring again. Number 1 song in the nation is still Despacito.
Desperate for a new number 1.
No. Luis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee, Justin Bieber. Number 2, I'm the One, DJ Khaled, Justin Bieber, Quavo, Chance the Rapper, and Lil Wayne.
So
number 3, moving up a notch.
That is Justin Bieber with number 1 and number 2.
Yep. Number 3, moving up a notch, another DJ Khaled number, Wild Thoughts. DJ Khaled featuring Rihanna and Bryson Tiller. Number 4, That's What I Like by Bruno Mars. And number 5, Shape of You, Ed Sheeran. Your 200, which is your albums chart, is new this week. Largely new. Well, the first couple spots are new. Okay. Number 1, debuting at number 1 this week, Grateful by DJ Khaled.
Oh.
Moving off of the strong singles. Oh. Not number 2, which is Evolved by Imagine Dragons, not getting that number 1 spot this week.
And they will not hit that number 1 spot either.
Number 3, Damn by Kendrick Lamar. Number 4, moving back into the top 5 after a long time probably away.
Moana?
Purple Rain by Prince.
Oh,
in the Revolution. Moving back up because there was a re-release.
Oh, there was a re-release.
And number 5, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music by 2 Chainz.
Okay.
Rounding up the top 5.
Alright.
That's your albums.
That brings us to new releases.
New releases. What do we got?
We have Broken Social Scene, Hug of Thunder.
I'm going to check that out. I like Broken Social Scene.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to check out this one. Haim.
I'll also check that out. I actually went back and listened to Days Gone By today.
Yeah.
It holds up.
Okay.
It holds up.
Yeah,
The Wire is still a jam.
Haim has a new album, Something to Tell You.
Yes.
I walked by, I think it was at Target, someone was talking about the new Haim album.
Haim?
Haim.
Okay, sure.
I was like, no, that's wrong. But I didn't want to correct them. Cause
Close enough.
Like some 15-year-old girl. And we also have
she may actually have been a member of Haim then, for all we know.
Haim.
Haim. It's actually Haim.
Haim?
Yes.
Hayam.
Yeah. Not Hayam, but it's Hayam.
Okay. We also have Melvins with A Walk with Love and Death.
Okay.
It's a threesome waiting to happen.
That's okay.
Also, Public Service Broadcasting.
Is that a band?
Yeah.
Okay.
With Progress.
Right. That's progress.
We have This Is the Kit with
Oh, that's the
Moonshine Freeze.
Okay.
And Toro Imoy
Yes.
with Boo Boo.
Yeah, that's their new deal.
Yep.
Okay, so some solid stuff coming out this week.
Alright, cool.
Music news.
Yep. Sony.
Sony.
Yep. After 28 years of declaring them dead, Sony is making zombies out of vinyl records again.
All right. So Sony's gonna go back into producing vinyls.
Yep. There's been a recent surge in vinyl records.
Yeah.
So much so that Sony is now seeing a big enough market for them to begin pressing them again.
I saw a brief article that mentioned that they industry predictions have that as a $1 billion industry by the end of the year.
Vinyls, everyone.
Which has not happened since ever.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That people are buying records again
Yep.
in large
Yep.
quantities.
Their new plant will be located in the southwest of Tokyo and scheduled to open by March of 2018.
Cool.
Currently, there are 30 pressing plants in the U.S. as of 2017, which is up from just 2 years ago in 2015 when there was only 16 plants.
Oh, wow.
So it basically doubled
Yeah.
in 2 years.
Well, they need to, clearly.
Yeah.
They're selling really well.
Yeah, people like that au natural sound, I guess.
Does the sound naked?
Uh,
The sound is not wearing any clothes, guys.
well, it's not the sound of silence.
No, but
So
you
it's-
can get a Simon
this-
and Garfunkel on vinyl.
I don't know, but for Sony, it's the sound of ka-ching, ka-ching,
I
ka-ching.
guess in this case, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. What else we got?
Money, money, money. Fire!
Fire? What?
Fire Festival.
Again?
Just a
What now?
wrap up.
That guy got arrested.
That's why. Yeah. Billy
Tracked him
McFarland.
down.
Billy McFarland
Yeah.
was arrested for wire fraud by the FBI.
Yeah, he was. Not Ja Rule, but this guy.
Yes. Ja Rule's partner.
Ja Rule
'Cause,
remains.
as we all know, Ja Rule has no money.
Ja Rule remains broke. But yes, this other guy.
Yeah. McFarland allegedly presented false documents to induce investors to put over $1 million into his company and the festival.
Dang.
Wire fraud can carry a sentence of up to 20 years in prison. McFarland is also facing 11 civil lawsuits, and the civil and criminal investigations will proceed together, sharing evidence and resources.
Okay.
So
That's
this
lawsuit
guy's
for-
basically screwed.
He's screwed. Yeah, that's basically how I read that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good, I guess.
Yeah, that's
that
law
they
speak
got him.
for we
Yeah.
got the guy.
Yep.
Now book him, Dano.
Book him. Cool.
Yep. Alright, moving on to which one do I want to do first? Let's go in order.
Music television.
Yeah.
AKA the MTV.
Yep, I want my MTV.
Like I used a logo that's probably 20 years old.
Well, because I always used to do one, but because it's a PNG, black on white,
Black on white.
black on black won't work.
Black on black.
Yes. It's like
Anyways,
life of the
so what's
billboard.
up with the music television?
Well, more specifically, MTV News
Oh, yeah, this.
as an investigation into the restructuring of MTV News
Yeah.
has thrown up some interesting revelations,
Haha.
including artists Kings of Leon and Chance the Rapper.
Okay. It's kind of a weird duo there.
Yeah. Well, you already know where I'm going with this.
I mean, I know some of this story, but I don't know the specifics, apparently.
Okay, so both artists pressured the site into removing negative reviews of their music. Kings of Leon threatened to pull their set at the MTV Europe Music Awards
Okay.
after their Waste a Moment single was declared almost aggressively anonymous in the review.
Well, they're not wrong.
As a result, MTV executives instigated a rule that no reviews that no reviews shorter than 500 words were to be published by the site.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Quote, MTV associated those kinds of blog posts with snarkiness and criticism, both of which were deemed detrimental to the network's broader ability to work with artists who may be the subjects of such posts.
Yeah.
MTV did cave and take down the review.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Chance the Rapper had a similar dispute after a writer said his latest album, Coloring Book, was, quote, emotional disconnect, which Chance and his management said they would never work with MTV again
Oh, wow.
unless the piece was taken down.
Okay.
Both MTV and Chance the Rapper agreed that the article was offensive, and MTV took ownership of the editorial misstep, as they call it, and took down the review.
Yeah, this is tough because when you're the editorial branch of a company that also has to make programming
Yep.
with the artists in question, then yeah, it's a hard line to walk because from the editorial perspective, you want to be honest with your readers. You want to put work that you are proud of and that shows your honest opinion about it. You want to inform the consumer. You want to do the best that you can to tell them the truth.
But on the same time...
But on the same side, you also have corporate overlords,
Yep.
and this is when things get tricky. It's the thing that the gaming press also had to deal with in the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of trouble. It's like, well, if our advertising numbers come from the people who put out these video games, then they're not going to like it when we put this really negative review of their game on there. They can pull their support. And this is that.
Right, and they can also pull exclusives.
Yeah. So
And-
it's
and,
a
press releases.
tricky line to watch, and that's why a lot of the major outlets like this end up just getting rid of their editorial, which, funnily enough, MTV did back in
Yes.
the day. This is actually the resurgence of MTV News. Like, just last year, they're talking about how they're going to make a news a platform again, that it was going to matter again. They did a bunch of hiring. They hired Meredith Graves, who is a member of the band Perfect Pussy. Yes, I'm just bringing this up just to say the name Perfect Pussy. I actually do enjoy her work.
You enjoy Perfect Pussy?
God damn it. Anyways, Meredith's cool, and I'm glad that they hired her. But that's probably a struggle that she has as well, because they are now, the struggle is that they want to be able to talk about the music that they love, or in this case, the music that maybe they don't love as much, in a way that's honest to their readers, and now they're kind of, they kind of can't. It's a weird line. So, I don't know. MTV's got to figure out what they want MTV News to be.
Yep.
So, yeah. We'll see how that pans out.
And by MTV also caving in, it just gives more powers to the artists to basically
And it sucks
dictate.
because as much as I
literally dictate what they want.
this is challenging for me especially because it's like putting two of my loves against each other.
Yes.
It's like I want obviously the artists to be fairly represented, and if they really feel that their music is being misrepresented in this publication, I 100% am behind them about them saying something about it. Basically saying it's like, no, this is not fair to me. At the same time, I also am a firm believer in editorial freedom, and so like I want the writers to be able to say their genuine opinions, even if they can get snarky sometimes, about the music that they listen to. So it's
Right,
just,
because this isn't just about
yeah,
anyone on the internet. These are actual paid professionals to write.
yeah,
It's not like when Metacritic had its problem
right,
of people posting negative reviews of games that hadn't even come out yet
yeah,
because they either hated who was distributing it or just hated someone because of whatever.
yeah. It's tough because I want both of them to win, and in this case, they have to at some point come to some sort of compromise, and it's still not going to be as good as either way. Like I don't know. There's no right answer here. Oh well. We'll see how they figure it out.
Well, that brings us to the last piece of music.
All right, what do we got?
That's
It looks like Birdman and Lil Wayne.
yes, that's Cash Money.
Cash Money Records.
Yep.
In the flesh.
So, while Cash Money still has the Carter 4 locked up in a vault somewhere.
Yeah, wherever it may be.
They have, Cash Money Records bosses have actually launched a mobile app in order to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the label.
Okay.
The app will enable fans to redesign past albums with photos of their own to put on the covers.
Uh-huh.
They will also be able to stream videos and to take a look at exclusive access to behind-the-scenes footage and commentary. The app will be available on all platforms September 17th.
Cool.
So if you're really into Cash Money Records and want to find out where the Carter 4 is located, so you can go dig it up.
Yeah, wherever Birdman buried it.
Yep.
Yeah, that whole thing is still ridiculous.
Yeah. So yeah, wherever that thing just happens to line up.
Yeah.
There's a new app you can download if you're really that into Cash Money Records.
Cool, I guess.
Drake's
still on there, right?
I'm not sure.
No, he pulled.
No, he pulled.
That's right. He pulled off after with Views. I think Views was his first non-Cash Money record, right?
I think so.
Because the last thing that he did was that's why he put out. If you're reading this, it's too late so quickly, right? Is
right.
because he wanted to get
out.
done with his contract with them.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. So yeah, I have no idea who's still on that label then, but somebody.
I don't know.
Birdman.
But Birdman.
Oh yeah, and that Jay's on a related note, that Jay-Z album's out.
Yes.
So those of you who have Tidal, apparently that thing's all right. Apparently, what I'm hearing is that may be the best thing he's done in a long time.
Yep.
So,
and as we mentioned last week, Kanye still hasn't been paid.
Yeah, Kanye is pissed. So
Yep.
That also happened.
Yep, since you mentioned Tidal.
Yep, Tidal.
All right, and that brings us to the end of our
Nice.
show.
So that'll do it. So this was the Media About Podcast, of course. We'll be back next Wednesday at 8 or around 8 sometime. Around that time, period. On YouTube, live here on our YouTube channel, which you are not on. If you're on now, then you know what it is. If you're not on it now, just search Media About Podcast and you'll find it. Next, if you want to listen to the audio version of this podcast, if video of us freaks you out, and reasonably so, we're also on iTunes. Like, subscribe, iTunes.com. We're Media About Podcast on there as well. We're also on Podbean if you want to get the raw MP3 file. Podbean, just search Media About Podcast. You can also find us on MediaBoatPodcast.com, where we have all our news stories, features, like our thoughts about the newest releases, and posts where you can see new releases and box office numbers anytime you darn well please. And that's at MediaBoatPodcast.com.
It's a website.
It's a website full of stuff that you might like. If you like it, however, you can also help us. Patreon.com/MediaBoat is where you can go to help us with money. You can donate as little as $1 a month to help us make even more good content that you will likely
Now,
enjoy.
we're not saying we have money problems, but we're not saying we're against you giving us money.
Exactly. Yeah, we have 99 problems, but a Patreon ain't
Patreon
one.
ain't
So
one.
check out
It's actually a
patreon.com
plus, a
slash
positive.
MediaBoat. Yeah, it's an asset, really. So yeah,
Yes,
check
it's
that
a big
out.
asset, and I cannot lie.
We're also on Twitch, MediaBoat, twitch.com/MediaBoat,
Yep.
or twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.com, I don't know where that goes. Where you can find us play video games every once in a while. I'm sure you'll be playing more Crash soon.
Yep. We're going to be defeating Crash soon.
Defeating Crash.
Yes.
Just beating him up. Just punching Crash in the face. Right, so check us out next week. We're the Media About Podcast, and we will see you guys next time.
All right, bye.
Bye. And now,
That brings us to the YouTube after show. Do.
What do we have in the chats?
All right, let me get rid of all this first.
Get rid of it.
It doesn't count for anything. All right, so let's get rid of YouTube live after show. We have the Doctor trading in with everything.
All right.
We have I Survived Firework Apocalypse 2017, aka 4th of July.
Yep, that's a good name for that.
We also have I know sequel fatigue is a thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I would for sure watch Moana 2.
Oh well, me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's because there would be only two of them as opposed to like
5.
which is a big difference.
Yes, where at that point she's like
Yeah.
exploring space or something.
Yeah. Space Moana.
Moana.
Actually, I think I'd watch that too. Let's be real.
But how do I surf the waves if there's the radio waves? If there's
Stop.
no water.
Stop.
Nope.
Nope. Well, it's because she has a bunch of waves after it. So.
Waves.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of sequels, Will Ferrell should make a Talladega Nights 2. Watch. You know?
It might have been just long enough for that to work.
Yes. However, Will Ferrell actually went on an interview and said that the only sequel he would ever do is Step Brothers 2.
Okay. Yeah. Some people would be really into that idea.
John C. Reilly would be really into that.
Do you think they'll ever do an Elf 2?
No.
No?
No. I think Will Ferrell is one of those guys who won't do sequels.
Yeah.
Unless
it
except
matters.
he's already doing Welcome Home, Daddy.
Or what is that called? Daddy's
Daddy's
Home
Home 2, yeah. Daddy's
Daddier?
Home.
Or something like
Daddy's
that.
Home 2,
Getting
get
daddier.
Daddy Boyo.
Daddy Boogaloo? No idea what that thing's
Yeah.
called. Yeah, that exists.
She also says spiders are scary.
This is true.
And Transformers is the definition of sequel fatigue.
Yep.
Hashtag no thanks. Which you're not wrong. That's totally, yeah, that's right.
Accurate.
Would Spider-Man not hitting a big number be sequel fatigue? Or, OMG, another Spider-Man? What was wrong with the last 4 movies?
Actually, I think she's right on both counts. Because it's tricky, because they want you to believe that it's a brand new thing. But
Which it is a
people
brand new
who
thing.
like have memories beyond the last 5 years know that it's definitely not.
They're like, wait, what happened to the other British one that we have? Could we have a new British?
Didn't they just do a new Spider-Man?
Yeah, with Andrew Garfield.
So
What
yeah,
happened to
I don't
him?
know. I don't know.
Yeah, his girlfriend died, and then now what?
It's a tricky line to walk because it's like you wanted the people to believe it's a new Spider-Man, but it's also Spider-Man, which is inherently a franchise. So I don't know. It's tricky.
Look at me now. Hey, I'm getting
She's
paper.
getting paper.
In reference to Warner Brothers getting paper for.
paper.
Yep. Well, look, they weren't getting paper. They were the actual ones paying.
Paying the paper.
Yeah, paying the
Now
token
they're getting
estate.
paper. Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Mike likes Jumanji,
Jumanji.
or however it's spelled.
Jumanji.
Matt, Jumama. Matt likes Jumama.
Jumama.
And then, of course, the always relevant sports.
Yes. Always.
Always relevant. I watched Joey Chestnut eat hot dogs. Hashtag, I'm a hashtag witness. Joey Chestnut munching down on all them hot dogs.
All them.
All them hot dogs. Matt, sports are never done. They never end. They will live on forever. Heart.
Kristen.
Yep, that's
Yep.
accurate.
Yep,
I bet it's Kristen.
that's
Yep,
Christian.
Yep, sports will live on forever.
And then, of course, because we mentioned Peyton Manning,
Yep.
Kristen has to mention.
Man thing.
No,
No?
no, but rather chicken parm. You taste so good.
Yeah.
In reference to our Peyton Manning hosting the
Yep,
ESPYs.
Yep.
Matt is at least 50% responsible for bringing back the vinyl craze.
No, not even close. I probably spent a grand total of, let's see, 400. Probably just south of $600
In vinyls?
in total.
Okay.
Turntable plus accessories.
Well, your
plus
turntable was like
records.
$250, right?
No, that thing was $400.
Oh, okay, so half, so half
That
of
was
your vinyls.
$400
to
US
$400.
dollars.
Alright.
Turntables are expensive.
Yeah, if you want one
The-
that's decent.
The sound system,
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
But our sound system came from your dad.
Like, I mean, that I didn't have to pay money for, which was good.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
free. That's the one that literally was in my house for like 15 years of my life. It used to be my parents' house's sound system. But then they moved out of a house into a condo and got a sound bar. So I took this. So I'm like, I don't care. But yeah.
Kristen also says, You lost me at Cash Money Records. ...
Sounds about right.
And then, she just recently commented, can you imagine the magical sky in Moana Space Edition?
That'd be pretty awesome. Like, they would be really showing off. But it'd be like Wall-E meets Moana.
Yeah.
Dude, actually, there's the crossover right there.
Yeah.
Wall-E meets Moana. Just have them be buddies, like buddy cops.
No.
Like, they're trying to solve a problem in space. Is Wall-E just not talking all the time, just kind of just beeping and booping, and then Moana's like, man, you don't help at all, Wall-E.
No.
And then he picks up sand and builds a sandcastle out of it.
Yeah, sandcastle.
This is a horrible.
Just like home. Wait, would you rather a Moana? No, here's a better one. Moana, Lilo, and Stitch crossover,
There you go.
where she meets Stitch in space, and they have to team
Okay.
up. That would work because the Hawaii thing, or like
Where she sees
the
Stitch-
islands thing.
She sees Stitch's
Yeah,
space
do
fly
not.
Sorry.
across.
Moana
Islands.
is not from
She's
Hawaii.
not from Hawaii. They just happen to be relatively close.
They're not close at all.
You know how
They're
big
in
the
two
ocean
separate
is?
hemispheres.
You're in two separate hemispheres.
No,
Anyways.
I'm not. That's inaccurate.
Same ocean. Anyway.
Is that even right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Same
it
ocean.
is the same ocean.
Pacific.
Because the Pacific is very large.
It's very, very big. Anyways.
That'll end it for us.
Dat Boy.
That boy in the lead?
No. Dat Boy's way behind.
I'm not by a lot though, only by 150.
Oh shit, what up?
Yeah, right now the leader is 2B.
At least his beating got to be fast.
Yeah.
Okay,
Come on, Goku.
let's close this up.
Alright, let's wrap it up. That's a lot. And then we have Stop. Yeah, I'm vetoing Wally Moana. Stop.
Damn it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Plus, that'd be the first. That'd be a Pixar crossing over
Yes,
with
that's true.
Disney animation.
Well, with that, with Wall-E Moana, we'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
Bye.
She's saying aloha,
Aloha.
which I assume is the aloha bye, not the aloha.
Yes,
hello.
aloha.
Yep. So aloha, and that will be that for us. Be sure to subscribe
Mahalo.
to this channel if you liked us. Tell other people about us,
If you didn't like us, don't tell people about us.
or
Maybe still do.
yeah,
Wink just fell through the ground.
make people make up their own mind about us.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.